Here's the audience. In the modern era, school has always started around the same time, at 7 a.m. from around 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Many people wouldn't change school start times because it's turned out fine so far, and if students could survive it back then, why couldn't they survive now? But many people don't understand the consequences of early start times. I believe school should start later in the day so that students have more time to sleep and so that they perform better in school. People who oppose changing the start time have a few reasons. The first reason is that the early start times have always been the way that it's been done. They see early start times as something that'll never change because it's like tradition almost. Another reason people oppose start times changing is that it'll potentially interfere with the rest of students' day. For example, if school started later, then students will have less time after school to do what they want to do, and it'll hinder their social life. One major reason to change school start times is that students don't currently get enough sleep. Currently, the average student sleeps around 7 hours a night, according to Nationwide Children's Hospital. This is concerning because they also say that students should be getting around 9 hours of sleep a night. This means that students aren't currently getting the proper amount of sleep, which means that they're showing up to class tired and unprepared. If we change school start times so that school starts later, it's likely that students would be able to sleep more and would show up to class more prepared. Getting sleep is important because sleep has been known to help with growth, immune response, and memory consolidation, according to Johns Hopkins Medicine. Current school start times hinder these processes by not allowing students to get the proper amount of sleep, meaning that they won't have enough time to fully complete all these processes that they need to during the night. If we change school start times so that school starts later, if we change start time so school starts later, students will have more time to sleep and will have more time to complete these processes at night. Another reason to change school start times is that students have been known to perform worse in the morning. For example, students have been shown to retain less information in the morning than the afternoon. According to a study by the National Institute of Health, kids have lower brain activity in the morning than they do in the afternoon. This is concerning because a large portion of school occurs in the morning, and for all those classes that occur in the morning, students will be less alert and less likely to remember the important content. If we change school start times, students would have less classes in the morning and would be able to be more alert for most of their classes throughout the day. Also, student sleep patterns are disrupted by early start times. According to Orange County Children's Hospital, early start times disrupt students' circadian rhythm, which makes them more susceptible to obesity and depression. This shows that early start times can hurt students both mentally and physically. Also, students were more likely to be absent for early start times. And it has been shown that students were less likely to be absent for later start times. This means that if start times changed so that they were later in the day, more students would likely show up to class and would overall improve attendance across the education system. Many people disagree that start times need to be changed because they've worked so far. But just because something has worked well in the past doesn't mean that it can't be improved in the future. And I think that the reasons for changing to a later start time are strong enough that we should definitely consider our options. Opponents of changing start time also say that students won't have enough free time if we change start time so that it's later in the day. I disagree because changing school start time by just 1 hour could give students more time to sleep at night and also boost their performance in school, while still giving them time to do all the activities they want to do outside of school, like sports and hanging out with their friends. In conclusion, school start times should start later in the day because students need more sleep at night, and it will improve their scores in school. Thank you for listening.